Hello Pisces, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, Rising Sign folks. It's Nen from Insightful Vibrations here with your forecast for the week of September 4th to 10th, 2017. Pisces, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching, liking, and sharing the videos. I greatly appreciate it. Remember that not every comment will apply to every single Pisces because this is not an individual reading. And you should watch your sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign or ascendant videos because they will collectively give you a more comprehensive picture of the energies ahead and how you can best navigate them. So using the Lenormand Gilded Reverie deck, we have 7 cards. The card on the very right is the Rider, and that card signifies a general atmosphere of preoccupation for the week. With the Rider, we have a lot of optimism with that rainbow, and we're going places, we're traveling, we're getting news, we're finding new love ushered in. There's all kinds of potential for the Rider. It's a very auspicious card, so good for you, Pisces. However, we have other cards to consider, so let's see how those play into things. We have the Fox, the Key, the Ring, the Tower, the Cross, and the Scythe. Now, look at this scythe with the Rider here. It may very well be that if you're planning on having a trip, that it may very well be cut short. Another possibility with the scythe and the Rider is that you may cut someone out of your life. This may be a new possible romance that you've been toying with. You may just decide not to go through with it. You may just decide, you know what, I'm just going to be, committed to whatever I'm committed to at the moment and, play the dating game later. You may also, with the Ring and the Scythe, end a commitment. It may be a love commitment because you've got the Rider on one end and you've got the Key with the beautiful rose in the cage on the other end. And with the Cross as well, it signifies endings and beginnings. So basically, there may be an end to one relationship and a beginning of a new one. For some of you, of course, you won't begin a new one right away, but there's a potential there for a lot of you. With the Fox and the Tower, you have to be careful. The Tower represents government institutions. It could be banks, it could be schools, it could be police, it could be whatever department of the government you conceive. And with the Cross, you may be very well looked at for bankruptcy issues, or maybe there are proceedings that involve money that are going to be very heavy duty for you this week. Perhaps it is not just about money, though. It may be very well that you're supposed to start school in a location, but something goes wrong. Maybe you don't have the funds to carry it through, or you can't find living accommodations, or something actually cuts it short. So we do have a little bit of turbulence here when it comes to government types of institutions. For some of you, you'll be starting a new teaching job or starting at a new school, and that's also very positive. And for those of you who are, it may be that you stay only temporarily, that you make yet another change down the road because that scythe is there in a very inauspicious place. However, you have to remember that change is about transformation, and you have to look at it positively. If it's taking you in the direction of change, there's a reason for that change, and there's something to learn from the experience. I also feel as well there is a new commitment coming in, and it may be with respect to real estate, your home. It may be with respect to a new lease, that kind of thing, with the cage, the rose and the key and the ring juxtaposed. I do feel that some of you will be looking to move or to sell and buy. So I feel that, for those of you who aren't in a position to buy a home or sell a home, you may be renting or leasing a new location as well. But for some of you, I also feel that you'll get a new vehicle or a different vehicle. And part of it maybe is that maybe just before Mercury turns retrograde, or rather turns direct, on September the 5th, for some of you, there may be a slight problem with your vehicle. There may be some maintenance that ends up being a little bit more expensive, and you just may opt to trade your vehicle in for a new one or just get a new one outright. I do feel there's a heavy sort of presence of misinformation here as well this week. I feel that you really have to be careful. We do have that full moon at 15 degrees Pisces on September the 6th. That could leave a little bit of, cloudiness or confusion, sometimes indecision, sometimes too much emotionality. And then, it's not a good time to make very important decisions in that sort of state. So it's better to sit back and rest for a bit and make the decisions when you absolutely have to, rather than prematurely, like when you're not sure. And you need to mull things over. Also, I feel that, with the cross and the sight there as well, that there may be a need to make a fresh start by purging things that are no longer good for you, such as excessive expenses, excessive things that you have to do on your to-do list. I mean, I feel that in this case, some of you are just overwhelmed with what you have to accomplish, and that's not very good. Now, for some of you, you may get new business, and it may be across another province or state or territory, or it may be in another country. So I feel that that's very positive as well. You'll have a little bit of opportunity to spread your wings and spread your word about the good things that you're selling or offering as a service. And I feel that those things are very good, particularly if you're involved with anything that has to do with blades or cutting down or cutting back. So if you're in any of those kinds of industries, I think that the foreshadowing is there for a lot of success for you. As for the rest of you, there are new jobs available with the ring there and the riders. So just look for news and, keep applying, because you shouldn't give up. There's always hope if you're unemployed. And for a lot of you, you're just going to be so busy this week, you won't even know what happened. So keep it up, keep up the good work, and have yourself a wonderful week.